Morning, everybody. This week's parsha is Parshas Tazria, and it talks about a woman giving birth to a child, and there's a process that the woman goes through after she gives birth to a child. So there's a great medrash, that the medrash starts like this: Amar Rab Simloi, the great sage Rabbi Simloi said, "Kashem sheyitzirase shel Adam achar kol behema chayav oif." Just like the creation of the person, of the human being, was after God created the animals, the domestic animals, the wild animals, and all the birds in the creation of the world. So too, the laws of kedusha, of holiness and impurity, was only mentioned after discussing the sacrifices of the animals. That means to say that in the Torah of Chumash Vayikra, it talks about all this, the sacrifices that is brought and the different things that can happen when there's tuma and tara, purity and impurity. The animals are mentioned first, and then comes the impurity that happens from the person on their own when they have certain situations. So why, or what's the connection that the person is mentioned last in creation? And when it comes to tuma and tara, also the person is mentioned last. So one of the explanations that's given is that because the person on one hand has a very powerful tool of free choice, and on one hand they could stoop very, very low, and on the other hand they could reach very, very high. So a person has to keep that in mind. And know, be humble. First thing, understand that you were created in the order of creation. We were created last. That if we do not behave and that we do not do what we're supposed to do, and we are acting and choosing to do something that is not correct, we are stooping, we are falling, we are lowering ourselves down even lower than the animals. The animals don't have free choice. Even if an animal, a vicious animal, attacks and does something, it's its nature. That's how Hashem created the lion. That's how Hashem created the tiger. That's how Hashem created the bear. That's how Hashem created any of these vicious animals that can attack you and kill you. When a person chooses to do something like that, that's very low, because you have free choice and we can choose to do good or bad. That's the first thing. Be humble. Understand where we stand in creation, that we can unfortunately do something that is so low. For example, the Alter Rebbe talks about this in Tanya and says that we should not only know about any animals, even Yitush, the lowest animal. What's the lowest animal? What's the lowest creature in the whole creation? Yitush. A mosquito. A mosquito. A mosquito. You'll understand why in a second. A mosquito, or you could call it when they have it under the docks, like a leech. Right? Why? Because they take in, but they don't give out. Any animal eats food, although you go to the bathroom. They go to the bathroom, or like to go to the bathroom. And they give out waste, and that waste becomes food for somebody else. So they take from the world and they give back to the world. The Yitush doesn't give anything back, just takes in until it explodes. So even that animal, that creation, that insect is only doing what God told him to do. He's not doing anything wrong. So as much as he's a taker and not a giver, that's his nature. But when we are taking from this world and we're not giving back, we're damaging, we're even worse, because we have the free choice and we're not following up to it. So this is a very interesting thing. But on the other hand, there's a great opportunity that we have, that we can elevate ourselves, and we can reach a much greater task by free choice, that we can enhance the world. We can upgrade ourselves, we can upgrade the world, we can make this world a better place, a dwelling place for Hashem, on a spiritual level, on a physical level. And this is something that we really have to try to connect with every day, that when we're serving Hashem, or when we're here, we're alive, we have a mission, we have a calling, We have something that we can accomplish through our free choice, which is tremendous, amazing. Hashem Shalom, we should be inspired. We should be able to make great choices today and even better ones tomorrow. We should be zeichet to the coming of Mashiach's kingdom. Amen.